Friday bonds, what's special about you?
Friday bonds.
Yeah.
Are you home?
You guys are amazing. Amazing, I don't know.
Yeah. I can't tell, but I think Friday and creativity is actually in tune.
Is that why they call Jesus Kofi Yesu?
Maybe he was
Some
creative.
call him Kofi Yesu.
And I believe that even the Babonino was actually because we love to fidget, we love to, tamper, we love to create, we love to manipulate.
So Creative Friday.
Exactly.
Okay. People, my guest today in the studio is none other than the almighty Yofi Brew.
Wow.
Your surname is dangerous, so.
The Brew?
Yeah.
The pack the Bibia.
Some people, apart from brewing, I think when say brew, I see poetry with a name. I see poetry in the name. Let's talk about the brew legacy.
Okay, so brew. I think you're right. I mean, brew is putting things together. I mean, more like distilling stuff. So definitely anything that we do, we kind of distill it. And the brew name and poetry is very relatable because of the mere fact that Uncle Kwesi Brew, the late Uncle Kwesi Brew, ambassador par excellence, and an industrialist and a great poet, written so many books, was one that we can always point our hands to.
Oh, yeah, what about it?
Oh, yeah, my papa never the pain, it's my papa pain.
Okay.
On Omra Major directly.
Okay. So me, I came into contact with his work somewhere in 88. I think 88 when I got to. No, it was 89 when I was doing going to prepare for my O level.
Okay.
So when we go to Form 4, we had to choose our subjects.
Yeah.
And I did my subjects. I had to read. It's poetry. You have to do a local poem, prose and everything. We're doing Silas Macbeth and all that.
Yeah.
But I had to do the dry season.
Okay. Yeah.
So the year is withering, the wind blows down the leaves, men stand on the eaves, and over here the secrets of the cold darling of the dust. Bro.
From the shadows of laughter.
Oh. And it's the last part.
Yeah.
And soon the fires will begin to burn, and the hawk will flutter and turn on its wings and sue for the mouse. The mouse will run for its dear life. Bro.
Kofi's and poetry.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Kwesi Brew's poems. There's a particular one he wrote, I think was his final
execution or the latest one.
No, the latest is called Return of No Return. It's a small book, but it's loaded with loads of
anthology,
long anthologies. Yeah.
Wow. It brings me back to when I was I'm still a young man. It brings me back to when I was young. Tell me about your childhood.
Childhood. Interesting. The mere fact that I grew up in a place called Adidingpo. Adidingpo in the center of Accra, basically. So that's where I was born and bred. And we had the Palladium Cinema up.
You saw everything.
Exactly. And down there was the rail lines at the time.
It's missing, right?
Yeah, now they've actually collapsed it. It's now become a road,
I think we'll talk about that one.
Exactly.
In a special edition.
Good. So then towards the, should I say, depending on where you stand, towards the east was the coast. And then the west was more the Ayalolo Damamomo, the friend, then Ausagomi, where the woodworks and then the carpentry stuff, the sawmills were located right deep in Accra, and we were in the center. A very planned area at the time. Because, like before, I mean, the gutters and everything were flowing freely into the Kole Lagoon. And that was a beautiful place. So I started school at Adidingpo 2 Primary, was a public school, and then moved later on to Agri Memorial International School. I'm the Duke Akraben or the upgrade. So Agri Memorial International School, then Agri Memorial Secondary School.
I'm done.
Okay, so
just let's talk about Adidingpo lives now.
Adidingpo.
So you are a fighter by nature.
Would I say fighter? Maybe.
Yeah, because that place there, if you don't know how to fight, forget it.
Maybe. We used to observe, I know because of Azuma Nelson. But I mean, you had to
Before Azuma.
You had to go through the process, of learning how to defend yourself and all that. And I remember talking about fighting when we were marching. We lived on a story building, so at dawn.
Steep staircase.
Yes, staircase. Yeah,
I love
exactly. Actually, it's a Dunkov.
Yeah,
Curve style be. And so would wake up at dawn, maybe 3:30, 4, just to look at Azuma and his team train, right? In the junction. Guys, I say, wow, what's the guys? Exactly.
Yeah, man.
So that's it. But I mean, it was interesting. I mean, a lot of folks around and communal living was top. We lived without walls. Everybody was each other's keeper. So that's it. So it was interesting childhood. That's it. And footballing was one of my interests. Yeah. And then of course,
a center for that.
I mean, baby, as a multiplayer.
I like I said somebody went to King Faisal. I said, what their position? So my ball position. I said, what do you mean? So to me, about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I said, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ubi and free.
Now cool.
So if you tell me any position, I'll refer you to a large grusa.
Anyway, centrally, Ichi
okay.
And you must Miyazi. Striking Miyazi, but when you midfield and control in your.
Okay.
That's it.
Michaelisian type of
player. Or man, the man to Kubiato at Nenumo.
Okay. So, growing up in that area, tell me about the railway line, the horn of the railway.
Oh, that was a beautiful one, because I remember we even learned a song about it. My elder brothers went to elementary school, so when they come back, they teach us some of the things they learned in school.
Very important.
And see, in fact, it was the naming of the rail lines.
Okay.
And the way children are encouraged to learn through singing, play, and all that. So I still remember that song.
Let's go.
Akrasa go for idia nkoko jasu konongo tukumasi.
What the real line pass.
Chakra di takwa hunivale dunkwa tu obuase bekwai tukumasi.
Wow.
Dunkwa tu obuase bekwai tukumasi.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's how.
So at least if these are the towns.
Exactly.
Or the villages. No, they were towns.
The towns, yeah.
That the railway passes.
Exactly.
We missed though.
Yeah.
My grandfather, when I was growing up, and then I was teaching him about tenses. And he said, when the rail is about to climb a hill.
Okay.
I said, Papa, I keep quick. Railway, why are you teaching?
Yeah.
So when the rail is about to say the sound of the locomotive. So when it's about to climb, it goes, I think I can. So it starts slowly. There's a hill.
Okay.
So it starts crying. I think I can.
Okay.
I think
All
I
right.
can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. When it gets to the top there and it's descending, I thought I could. I thought I could. I thought I could. Say, cool.
Right.
Tenses. I think I can. I thought I could.
Wow. Oh, you do.
What skills?
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
So there we are. We'll talk about railways and the effect we had in Ghana's economy, and then we'll move on. So from Agri Memorial
International School or Preparatory School.
So what was the link? Was there a linkage?
There was actually no link. I found out later. In fact, the one who founded the school was Mr. Hagen, the late Mr. Hagen. Yeah.
Okay.
He founded the school.
What was it?
Kanda.
Oh, okay.
Right opposite broadcasting. I think they're still there. We even have a GHS.
Okay. Plus, which is if you told more, baby. Or the other side.
It's not cross. GBC now.
Okay,
You drive into GBC.
Okay.
Opposite.
The left side. I've seen that place.
There's a GBC clinic behind it. That's where Agri Memorial International School was.
Okay. And from there, you start common entrance.
Yes. and then went to Agri Memorial and the senior high school. Agri Memorial African Methodist Episcopal Senior High School.
A-M-E.
Hey, we free Zion and all the Zion.
Tell them I started AME. AME.
Zion
Methodist Episcopal.
Exactly.
Sure.
So that's where I did my...
What year was that?
1979.
Okay. How is the place like?
Oh, yeah, very interesting. You know, at the time, the brush, the greenery...
At least when you went there, the bridge wasn't there.
It was there.
The footbridge was
No,
there.
it was there.
It was there.
It was actually commissioned in my year.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
was coming. Because when you talk, I knew it was 79, but when you got there, around September,
Yes.
it wasn't commissioned.
No, it was there.
Oh, right. But it wasn't.
It wasn't commissioned. I think it was commissioned in 1980 when we were holding our 40th speech day.
Okay.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
So you were in Form 1 or Form
I was
2?
in Form 1 then.
Charlie, let's talk about Agri Memorial life. When you went there, homos, stuff like that. You
Oh,
sat common entrance and you passed.
Yes.
You chose Agri yourself.
I chose Agri and went to Agri.
Okay.
And my big sister was already there, and I had a couple of cousins too there. So the thing was to continue.
Yeah. Okay.
And yes, homos. It was you know those days. I mean, yes, it was quite the subculture in the school. You land in Form 1, you have to go through the process, the throws, and then the school has to go through you, whilst you also go through the school.
Thank you. Very important.
Yeah, very good. And I was in one of the, should I say the?
Don't mention your bad house.
No, it's not a bad house
Notorious.
because no, it's not notorious. I was in the greatest house actually. Yeah,
I was looking for the word to adjectives.
Kesley Hayford House.
Hey, Kesley
You
Hayford.
know,
It's not the hobby.
Exactly.
Right side.
Good.
Hobby. You know what I
Exactly.
like? Against the bound.
Exactly. So that's what did I meet. I met a lot of mix. You know it. I mean, the ugly, the bad, the good, the best, everything. You know, the brainy guys and all that. So Kesley, what was?
This is a young boy.
Yeah.
From Adedempo.
Yeah.
Moving straight to Agri Memorial Science Secondary School.
Okay, so now from Adedempo, from Adedempo we went to live in Dansoman.
Oh,
in your raised band, and see, from Dansoman to Cape Coast.
Oh, okay.
But the journey was interesting because we just from Makumetu. First time I'm really Fifi Mark at the boarding house, you know. Wow. So that experience.
At that time you were tall too.
I was very tall.
Very tall.
I was very tall. In actual fact, I think I was one of the smallest in the group, you know. And so early morning, fortunately, I was driven by my old boy straight to the school. But you know, I was quiet all through. I mean, I was just sitting on thorns because, you know, you don't know what you will expect and all that.
And so many things on your shoulder.
Oh my goodness! And
then
the
dawn before you leave.
Yeah.
The pep talk from your parents. That's the thing.
In fact, I had a lot of pep talks because I had elder brothers who had been through secondary school, so you know they knew the boarding system. So they kind of counseled me, and then of course, mommy would ensure that look, you keep to your moral upbringing and all that. And old boy will be the stern one, tell you man can care MB, and then maybe our home. So I mean, we had it, and we were taught the ropes in the house, but you know, every school differs.
Yeah.
So despite whatever guidance that I received from the home, when I went there, I saw it was a different ball game. I'm going in from brother. It's you know, ascending the hill alone. We just for coconut for there. Now come to but for coconut year for the mom. Then the heart started beating.
And the park was on the left.
The park is still on the left. We ascended it when I saw the spread of the school, the whole field, you know, students arriving. I
saw the Usukumo, did not hear the bungams.
Kwabuya. It was interesting, but we got there and you know, learned the ropes and you know, got serious and all that. Made sure we tasted every bit of the school, you know.
Tell me about Homos Night, you remember?
Yeah, Homos Night.
Did you sing or dance?
I danced.
Oh, okay.
And in actual fact, I was crowned the Homos King.
Oh, right.
My friend cool. Me Michael Jackson. Asobi gu home.
Backsliding and stuff like that.
No. Shuffling of the feet.
Jeez. Ah, okay. Against the. Hey, right.
Now my Jimmy pajamas. No was it a tapori?
Or that
bomukum.
Bobo Kalam. They thought they don't know where it started.
When you what bomenium a fun blue. Check blue.
Yeah.
Blue in the truck.
Hey, right.
Now mommy. We John one mama from one a mate. May her soul rest in peace. A giant of a girl. She was in Form 1, young, but if she height, no, on your dancing partner, wherever. Mismatch. But no other me. The was smash minimum, menu I call
blue and white.
Toko Jesse.
Oh.
But whatever. Here's the film. And if he walk around
champion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost king.
Hey,
yes.
You got a lot of things.
Exactly.
And then they begin to give you a responsibility.
Oh, yes. The responsibilities, it was very cool. You had areas or places or sections that you had to take care of in terms of cleaning. And then the Saturday, inspection itself, when we had to really strip every piece of the building of dirt. Cobwebs, bathrooms,
They don't understand though.
I mean, it's all gone. It's all gone. Scrubbing of the tiles, man.
Inspection.
Oh my goodness! And that was my favorite. One of my favorite days, the weekend inspection, because every place was spick and span. White bed sheets. No blot anywhere. Clean everywhere. Wow. It was interesting. Nay times the first mom, cast for the first, but the ancient home baby. But it was good. So when the sun shone on a Saturday and you looked at the white linen, the laundry we had done, it really showed the with the green rain. Or dim.
And the sun is shining after the dew. And then the sun is shining.
Yeah. Then your seniors summer was in one reggae. Casford Wanyum was a reggae too. Max Romeo Num Nanzama. I pay. So it was interesting. And then advancing, fortunately, from one, I also had a very important role during the speech day. I was the scepter bearer of the head prefect in Tamina, why the language, but I say, container you pay for you pay to
pins boom.
No, to me, you never matam yo. Instead of leading the entourage or the procession, I was always stuck in the market.
Can take trouble.
Yes, but the whole thing was, it was crowned beautifully. I won the English Literature Prize.
Of course, it
was worth it. And the then Vice President, J.W. de Graaf Johnson, he was a guest. Yeah, exactly. Joe was a guest of honor. Exactly, 1980. It was interesting.
But that's Korea. That time one could Korea. ACP, Action Congress Party, and the Third Force Party.
Operation Feed Yourself now, but Charlie, it was great in those days, Yeah. I mean, times were not too rosy, but at least maybe because we were kids, we actually experienced, a blissful life in those days, Yeah.
Wow. So. From one, you are carrying the scepter. We went on.
Yeah.
From 2, from 3, choosing of subject, you decided to do art.
Yes, I decided.
Were you influenced?
Say again?
Were you influenced?
Oh, no. I think it was according to my capacity. My people are quite liberal, my parents. I mean, choose whatever you can and do. So I did a combination of arts and business.
Oh, okay.
So I studied commerce, I studied business methods.
Okay.
And then I studied,
BM.
BM exactly at the time.
Maths.
And then I did my
English.
Yeah.
Economics.
Exactly.
BM.
Yeah.
Commerce.
Exactly.
Did you do literature?
I did literature.
Literature.
Exactly.
What science subject is agriculture? Biology.
Biology.
Okay. And your last
biology, and then agric science.
Agric science. It wasn't easy. So he did better and all that. He had to go and plant something.
What? I mean, it was very enlightening and interesting stuff. I remember Form 1. Before we had gone, Form 1 for blew our stuff, and those teaching us martial arts. Zama Katasi, Ibini Buku, but no was a chain. What from was a brain nazi. But there was this guy who taught us some Japanese terms, you know. He jams sentences. But the guy jumps, turns round, and you know, kicks you, and then you say, "K take." No, I can't go so good. Adamawa. What's the Japanese castle? We were sitting in a Greek science class when I heard the late Mr. Anderson teaching about cattle there. And Zama, Sokutugudali. Adamawa. Ni na Japanese kasa. Sana excuse me, sana mbwa.
All right, people, this is Z101.9 FM. This is that jam. We're talking to Yofi, quite an interesting person in the studio. We're talking about art and everything. He's telling us about his days, growing up from Adedimpo, moving on to Kanda, and then moving on to Agrimimuna. In fact, he's a pure Amosa. So we are talking about talks on the hills. Those of you who went to school on the hills, you are different. Anybody who went to school on the hill, kind of different. Most schools are situated on the hills, but I think I agree. They have a valley in between, and the girls are on the left. The boys too are on the other side.
Exactly.
So Sokoto Gudali and everything. To be. Was there a school band then?
We did not meet the school band.
Oh, by the time you
yes. Where the band led by Bessa, Dems, and then I think Karibanaman, yes, he did a sixth form there. So
he came from Kwabuche.
Yes.
3 weeks ago, he was sitting where you were sitting.
Oh wow.
Karibanaman was in town. He sat here. He called me that he wanted to be here.
I saw your pictures on Facebook. That's right. When he went to do the donation in SP.
And he came here as well.
Exactly.
One hour interview.
Oh,
you are a big man. We talked about his days in Kwabuche, Agri, the video sound machine, Bumbaya, and everything. We had a lot of conversation.
I mean, those are great. You know, we need to worship them seriously. I mean, he's my friend on Facebook. We communicate once in a while. Yeah. Good.
Next time, when he's coming, he will let me know. So I'll let
you
know.
Yeah. I'll be around.
Then we'll meet over here.
Definitely.
And maybe we jam.
Exactly.
Yeah, next time you come, we'll be jamming downstairs. You saw where the car park.
Yes, it's quite
from 1st January, will be 1st July, we'll be jamming.
Live stuff there.
Yeah, live stuff. Once we finish the studio, we'll go down
here.
Yeah, and we jam.
Yeah. But your studio is beautiful, eh?
Thanks to the
and it has some great colors too.
The CEO is a Nananum man.
Nananum, okay. I see.
So at least he knows what's up. Yeah. He's near you.
Interesting.
Only monkeys
we share walls of monkeys.
Now you are wanted in the studio. So Agri was beautiful. 5 years.
7.
The initial 5 years.
Initial 5 and then the extra 2.
Let's talk about O level.
O level.
Are you home?
O level, are you home? No, you know.
But I mean, anybody who comes to search form, I salute the person twice.
Oh yes. You know it. I mean, those days it was not that easy. I remember. Yes, 84. 84. I think there was a cancellation of papers, national.
Yeah.
So we had to reset, and then fortunately we made it to sixth form. But it was actually tough, you know. It was stressful after learning and going to write, and then suddenly, because of some suspicion or they cancel everybody's paper, and you have to come back to school, stay and do that. And so we. Was it only? I think it was just the O levels which were cancelled.
Normally, it's O level that is
cancelled. O level. So we had to go back to school and then rewrite most of the papers. We made it to sixth form. After that,
Sweet Loa.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Sweet Loa. Then your walkings change. Your walkings change to be able to make it to sixth form.
My goodness.
Everybody, even when you are the first in the class, always there's some fear.
Okay. Okay, you know it.
And some of us too, me. Some of us too, our maths wasn't good. So we are going to listen to the results. We go and say, what did I get in maths? Me, they mentioned 6 now, so I'm coming to 6 form. I didn't want to know the rest.
Maths no how you know.
When I went there, I said, oh, what did I get in maths? Say coffee. Say, what did I get? Say coffee with. I said, no. Say, what did I get? I say 6. I say,
no maths you're ordinary and the main one.
Well, the maths here. Set. Transformation. What's the other one? Oh, the one. No, transformation.
Equation,
Equation, then Pythagoras. What?
That's it.
There are some 4 subjects, 4 areas.
Yeah.
Transformation. Transformation is the other one they do it. And then construction.
Oh, construction.
That's why you use your math set, compass,
set square.
What about the other one that we were using?
Slide rule.
No, the book B with a lot of things.
Graph.
Matrix or something. You don't remember we were using some book B?
I don't remember that.
I don't know where that book is. There was some math book or matrix book or something. There was some book that we're using. Zero gives you angles and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
On your binary, huh?
No, your binary equations. Then there was some book that we were using.
Okay.
And then look at the graph.
Now we from 5.
90.
90.
Yeah.
84.
Until
book will be a me.
Modern math.
Joint school project.
JSP. And the English practicals. Then modern intro. We did a lot of things.
Right.
We did Macbeth and all those things.
Yeah,
so we did it together.
Anyway, they hardly changed the
It's the same.
the subject.
They just upgraded
the books.
So sixth form, you did business in Form 5.
Yes, so sixth form.
Yeah.
I did religious studies.
I was why a traditional religion. What time was a traditional?
Yes, West African traditional religion. Yeah, we did it. And so on West African traditional religion, and there's another one.
Okay.
But religion, papers near two.
Two types.
There were 2 papers.
Tell them called there control.
Oh, but then chamo come kakro.
But
we slowed down in Chahona.
We did West Africa traditional religion.
WATR. But in fact, our time was just ATR.
ATR, yeah.
African traditional
and
religion.
You understand.
Yeah.
You learn some things.
But I like that subject.
Yeah.
I think it was the RSB or so, RS2.
RS2.
That's
RS,
it.
yeah.
Yes, and then I did economics.
Okay.
And then business.
BM.
Business management.
Okay, so BM, economics, and ATR.
Exactly.
With the almighty general paper.
Oh, general paper. General paper puts no, or you're fine.
Unfortunately, some people fail. I remember in school, somebody said, oh, they fail general paper, then the person failed general paper. Then they couldn't come to this from. They met you and said,
my goodness.
Charlie, your father, say, my friend, don't bring your father inside. So your father say, but you brought the theory.
Yeah. But it's interesting. General paper. It's
fallacy of hasty conclusion and all those things.
Argumentum ad baculum.
Wow.
Marking as order Mubudam Latin, more popular phrase Latin.
Monko.
My brother be no obi. I say, kodok. Akafaba.
True.
Exactly. The Tasa. One chance or brofumo. Fuzi. Fuzi now comes a kodok. One about the guaba breed.
And ribbon. At all.
Thank you.
At all.
It been as maybe
at all.
At all.
Wow. So this form in Agri, interesting.
Yeah, very.
ATR, economics, BM, general paper.
Yeah. Economics, BM, general paper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any memories? And you have new people coming to. Oh, you went to Miss School. So
yes. And you know
the Shabrins will get it.
You know it. And we had a lot of. Agri was more like, should I say, quote and unquote, receptacle for boys. Boys who were coming from other schools,
like especially boys' schools.
St. Augustine's and France, Desaddle, exactly. Sometimes Accra Academy. and then Sutesco and all those, it was more like a potpourri of, students arriving. So
diverse backgrounds.
Exactly. We had the benefit of that kind of, should I say, that cosmopolitan feel in terms of students.
Cosmopolitan mix.
That's
Everybody,
right.
various diverse background.
And at the time, I kept telling people when we went to school, Ga language was like a passport factor. I mean, if you don't speak Ga in those days, because say Pidgina and Krananoba. I mean, formal English was there, but the two
That's
key
only
languages.
in the classroom.
Exactly. But the two key languages were Ga
Charlie,
and
what's up, and Ga.
Charlie Tete.
Hey, Charlie, there we go.
So that was it. So sixth form was interesting. I liked it because you had to really inspire yourself to, make the grade because you were eyeing university and all that. So that's it. Weekends, especially Saturdays.
I hope Mrs. Tichimanson didn't teach you it.
Mrs. Tichimanson.
Who was your teacher?
I forgot it. They were men. I've forgotten their names. Yeah, they were men. Two of them.
Okay.
And so was it. We tried our best. We did. What I did was Saturdays especially. Maybe entertainment pan. So the makram and pan after inspection you use as a kakra.
Then.
So if you naturally let her down, name there.
And Cape Coast on the weekend is. I don't know about other places.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been to school in Accra some few times.
Yeah.
But I think secondary school, Cape Coast secondary school is something special.
Yeah.
You have the chance to move to all the other institutions.
Exactly.
Your gay days, your
Exactly.
Holy Child,
Exactly.
the National, at least.
Exactly.
At least.
Exactly.
At least.
You're not far from the truth because even like you're saying, I also did not attend secondary school in Accra, but I lived in Accra.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I think the strength of Cape Coast schools is more of that coalescing, the way we converge. That's right.
Short.
And then meet each other, especially in Tako. Being held in other school fields and all that. This time we're dividing into two.
3 zones.
Exactly. 3 zones. Yes. So that's it. But formally, when we were in school, it was all together. We'll meet either at St. Augustine's Field, Mfanspim, or Adisado.
I love the triangle.
Oh, yeah. That was super.
You the agreed and
that was
a
super.
palm.
A palm, exactly. It was interesting. And sixth form, the blue shirt. We wore blue and khaki trousers. And what? If you're an or you respect. So when you wear the trousers and then you wear the blue top, I was
you changed the narrative. We were wearing white and then we were wearing blue and then white at the sixth form.
Oh, at the saddle. Yes. You're right. Yes, sir.
And you were wearing blue at the
blue sixth form.
Oh, we are not bringing anything. So from Agri, entertainment deeply rooted in you, but couldn't come out because there was a little entertainment. So we're going to other places for the farm fairs, the Black Santas, whatever, Nananom's night, and all those things.
In fact, we unfortunately we did not meet Nananom's night, but the key entertainment.
Wow.
Yes, the key entertainment at the time was the fan fairs.
Fan fairs, yeah.
And they were big.
Okay.
They were big. If the fan fair was held in Agri especially, then it's a hit. I remember because most of the schools from Western, in fact, Shasha even reminded me.
It's a hit, man.
Yes, of a 1980s fanfare we held. St. John's came.
Matthew
chapter 5.
The Saints, man.
In fact, I think that arguably was the best fanfare we held in the school.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and we had some Augasco sixth formers, Botwe sixth formers. It was huge. That entourage or that group of people who came to sixth form was really huge, and there was a combination of Augasco boys and Agri boys that did this choreography.
Wow, that would be interesting.
It was beautiful. And at the time, the Tema boys had actually, should I say, created the Mezob dance.
Oh, okay.
And so, boom, fanfare.
Yeah.
And it was a variety entertainment.
Now tell me about the haircuts then.
You know, the haircut was almost like every year there was a new haircut.
The Grace Jones.
Because we had the Grace Jones, that's
Tops,
right.
The back boys.
The back boys, that's right. Then we had the, which other one? Grace Jones, back bow, back bush.
The flat top.
The flat top. Hey, I say, what's the show? Hey, man.
Then shack. After the truck and all those people.
Wow. And you know, especially the very hairy guys.
Yeah.
I mean, they really looked good when they did all kinds of manipulations with their
Afro.
Oh, wow.
The phones were the combs were in their pocket. Raising and see.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, they spent time. It was beautiful, you know, because at the time, our friend Jerry Kells hadn't actually come, so it was more natural hair. But you know, stretching combs and things were not allowed in school, so the girls, you just had to grow your afro and you know,
comb it.
Do it. So the hairstyles were also good, and then the dances. Yeah, the dances was.
This was the time of the curl outs and stuff like that.
Oh boy, the dances were interesting.
Okay,
that sound were interesting.
So from Agri, why did he decide to go to Legon?
In fact, I sat home 2 years after Agri. Worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adequate summer.
No. No. Baby, I'm at CCC. It was a farm.
Yeah.
And
Master,
oh no, it's not me and Kakaka.
Oh no, baby.
Other me, Juni Biriba, but no, yeah, one would say Mnyada was one comrade, but anyway, so I worked at home, and then I had a deficit in maths. Maths, and so more city. Then I used that 2 years to, you know, work on the farm and control it, and then went to the university later on. But then my preference was actually UPS, then IPS.
IPS.
Okay.
IPS. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And a cousin of mine.
Institute of Professional Studies.
Yes. I wanted to do marketing.
Yeah.
Then a cousin of mine came and convinced my folks, myself, that you Legon is hard to come by. You've gotten the results and all that. You want to go to IPS. No, IPS is diploma, and at the time, so then I said, okay, fine, no problem. Let me just go to University of Ghana. And
so there you go, University of Ghana, Legon. Here you come.
Yeah.
And then
I was 89.
89. Okay.
So 89. What I studied philosophy. Social work, and then history. Exactly. Okay. But what I did was I majored in a combination philosophy and social work. Right. That's right. But in Legon, it was interesting. Okay, I'll wait for your question.
So when you went to Legon,
yeah,
did music discover you or discovered music? Who found who?
Okay, so should I backtrack a little?
Okay,
so growing up, you know, my brother, Amanzeba, great musician.
I wanted you to say yourself.
Composed a lot of songs. I mean, he's done loads of songs that he hasn't even released. And so I used to be the backup singer to him, you know. So music was actually planted in me before I went to Legon.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay. But then when I went to Legon, the interesting thing that happened was a few people who knew I had a relationship with Amanzeba started talking.
Okay.
That, this is Nat's brother. He was then not known as Amanzeba, Nat Bruce's brother. And Nat had released Ama. Good show. So 89, 90, the first year that I was in university. And so they heard it. And then Sabah Hall, the hall which I belonged, said they were organizing a whole week, and they wanted a star to headline the thing.
Okay.
Now Amanzeba is in Bim.
So the onus will fall on you.
Exactly.
To bring him.
Exactly. I contacted him. He came. He performed, and I jumped onto stage to back him up because I sang with him on the Ama.
Oh, you did Ama?
Exactly. Wow. I was a backup singer. And then the people saw that, oh, he's not just the brother of Amanziba, but he also can croon. Yeah. Then one thing led to another, and then we came together, and then the music discovered me whilst I discovered the music.
Hey, good music. Discovering. So, what year did... what year was that? When you did the show together with Amanziba?
That was 89, 90. Yeah, 89, 90. Okay. Exactly.
What's your relationship with Rocky Downey?
So we met on campus.
You are doing history and philosophy and whatever.
So Rocky did philosophy, psychology.
Okay.
Yeah. And yes, so we met in the philosophy class. And he had also gotten wind of the fact that Amanziba, yes, and I sang and all that. So Rocky used to chat with me a lot, you know, a talkative, nice young man, every time harassing, smiling, laughing around. He
still does that.
It hasn't changed. So that's where we got in touch. And then I discovered the gem that he was, you know, persistently. Yeah. I mean, Rocky was in my room discussing music with me. But one day he opened this notebook he has. My goodness. And the loads of music that he had in that book, priceless. Wow. And this guy opened his mouth and sang one of the tracks, and I said, my goodness, what a talent. Bob Marley, sorry, Bioma.
And the voice.
Beautiful, and you see the lyrics at the time. No joke, for a young guy of his age, you know, at that age, writing such deep songs, I found it very profound, and we just hit it right there. We became very good friends. Before that, 3 friends of mine, in fact, the guys who actually contacted me to bring Amanziba on board, one or two of them, one of them was a founder or founding member of Local Crisis, Michael Adeyobo Yobai. He's actually using the name Local Crisis on Facebook and all that. He's gone solo. So he, and then I guess he will be your senior, Alamitawa, Forsen. Exactly. And then one Gori. Gori, exactly. So Petit Gori. These three guys contacted me to bring Amanziba on board.
Okay.
And so Yobai knew that I have that link with music.
Okay.
And they started bugging me, Charlie, we have to form this reggae group. We have to form this reggae group. I was not giving them any attention. He and another guy who came to sixth form in Agri, Kofiata, Raskro, he was the drummer. So I said, okay, let's just give it a shot. Then Rocky came in. I said, no, this would be the missing piece that we're looking for.
A dedication to all of you.
I wanted to do some bad thing, but I've stopped. I wanted to do some bad thing.
I saw you fidgeting with your machine.
I wanted to do some. Let's keep talking. I'll do this. This is a different one.
Are you like all you do? I can't, no, I can't stop loving you. Your world, I'll forever living. Your word, I'll forever believing. Your love.
Please, this song, people have been looking for alcoholism.
And you be
Why?
Yeah, you miss Monkamasa.
Yeah. And tell me about this song. The things you did on campus. What you did with this song. Kawasam.
So, Rocky Downey came on board, and we formed the band. We didn't have a name then.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just University of Ghana band, University of Ghana band.
Okay.
Then we started rehearsing. I mean, we were just moving rooms. My room, moving from one room to the other. And then finally we found a place in Saba Hall where we would do our usual rehearsals and all that.
Okay.
And Rocky was the one who always said, no, we should compose our own songs, instead of just focusing on existing songs or copyright. Okay. And one night we struck it and then created 3 beautiful songs, Children in the Ghetto, Mickey Mouse, and then another, Still Without. Yes, Still Without, I think Rocky had it already. Okay. So that's how come. But then the name Local Crisis, the name Local Crisis just happened, should I say, spontaneously. Exactly. It was a spontaneous name. At the time, we had the Gulf crisis in the Gulf region where...
Arnold Schwarzenegger and then Saddam
Hussein.
Saddam Hussein.
Exactly. So the Gulf crisis was up, and then the Liberian crisis was up.
Janado and Arnold Kweno.
Exactly.
Buffalo Soldier.
And Local Crisis had its own crisis. Or the University of Ghana Reggae Band had its own crisis. The crisis was in instruments.
Oh.
So we said, if these people have their own crisis, they are so, and they are keyboard, no rubber, drums, binti. In fact,
that was were doing earth crisis.
My goodness.
Local crisis.
So our local crisis was the lack of instruments or musical instruments we had. Because we had borrowed a Manziba's box guitar.
Okay.
And then Kafui Day, who was the keyboardist, he would borrow one keyboard from Commonwealth and bring it down to Saba.
Okay.
In fact, the drum setup was interesting.
Yeah.
In your Mokadaka. Only bass drum, and then kind of Mokadaka no.
Yeah, no me do.
Yendama Ihunetifi no. Mokom the bear 144.
No.
So what tell crowd where born I tell Lord. Exactly. So that was the bass drum, and the drum pedal was a very interesting contraption. Which Charlie wanted.
Oh,
the disc. Inyam Damazin, exactly.
Utaba 400.
Exactly.
Utaba 400.
Next string of tie be she used time with Seattle. Exactly.
On your local
and then the hi hat. Oh, Politin bag your chichia. On the Kofiza board. Nana Huna, Ozzy Diana Bodumoma sounded. Na Emina. Broom, a bunch of broom. Is it Diana Bodu sounding or today? Cymbals.
Wow.
So, I always say that, we've lost most of these tapes because it's a sound, rehearsal sounds with those, acoustics now you're creating. It was so beautiful, So that was Local Crisis and how the name emanated. We did not have musical instruments. We used to borrow and we're always, at the mercy of the owners. And so that's how come the name. Yeah.
Okay.
Time now for jubilation. Oh God, I wish I had an answer. Causing sweet flow, our spirits will grow. We're sitting down, that's every day. And then behind you all the smiling sun stars. The people all know.
But I backing vocals be more.
Yes.
What happened?
In fact, that was, I think, was the second coming of Rocky. He had actually left campus while we were in school in 1991 for the States. And then he came back and recorded his first album. And his second coming was when he recorded this one. And anytime he came down and was about to record, he would contact me to come and do some backup vocals for him. And so it happened with this.
Is this your first recording?
With him?
Yeah.
No, this was the second album with him. Yeah.
Amandiba, the Ama, you did the backup.
Yes.
Ama.
That was in 89. So I would say Ama was my first professional studio recording. Exactly. Yeah.
Mr. Kwachana wana.
Ama was the late Foster. Elephant Walk
That's
Studios.
one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way Fox are. Yeah. So that was it. And it was interesting. I mean, the studios were like groves, sacred groves. They were. And Obiasa, why, you know,
People, I think people still do it, Anna.
yes, only for the carpet and then
the carpet now.
But Nancy, why you? I mean, it was all mystic because of the when machines, the mixers, who to avoid dust or to prevent it from getting dust, you need to just take off your shoes and all that.
So you've backed Amanziba.
Yeah.
And then you backed Rocky Downey.
Yeah.
Where did you go again?
Say again?
Where did you go again?
Oh, from I think I've done my own stuff, but my own stuff not commercial, but commercials.
Yeah, only only the creative entrepreneurship, only a different topic altogether.
That's it.
But yeah, show musical journey.
Okay, so basically, it has been with Amanziba and then Rocky, and I remember I did something for Poncho as well. His second album that he released.
Okay.
He made me do some recital in it for him at the Ghana Films.
Okay.
And he featured Ochema Sante at the time.
Good
too.
old man.
Yes. And then Local Crisis too. We had an unreleased album.
Wempe. Unpayable album.
But
So
Amanziba,
You've done Amanziba.
Amanziba, yes, but Amanziba, a number of them.
Okay. Apart from Mama, I did money.
I,
Mommy, go ask some for
No. Fagofi, it's okay. It's Ama, you're right. We did money.
Money.
That's
Lord, I'm coming.
Yeah, to you. That's right.
That's one of my best songs.
Yo.
But you don't find it on the market.
Oh, Charlie, but I think you should have the tape
It
somewhere.
could be some now, yeah.
Also, you be home.
It could be some now, yeah.
Anyway, so that money, and then Palogo, Nacres Volume 1 and 2. I was in it, and then was there another album before? Then Wobejeke, and then I think there was another one. I've forgotten the Lolo Juju. Exactly.
Okay.
And then one which was unreleased. Yes. So about 5 or so of Amanziba's album. Yes.
But you've done something else too. NKO.
High Life Corporation.
What do you say to this one?
Okay, so this was a song. It was written by Amanziba, and Ako sang.
Stop! Please sing yourself. You are in the studio. I want the present voice. Remember, headset not to partner.
From a man.
Uncle Joe's old headset.
Well, Charlie, I can't tell my man prepare voice. This is you buy a soft too.
Okay, a bit in Poisana.
Okay.
Me nah, be good boy. In fact, I know I'm a good boy.
You're a good man.
Yes, I'm a good boy. Oh, let me talk good man. That is, I'm joining those with gray hair.
Uja me no. He na ye tro ye tifia nche ye hu ge ma boju kra mo ka dai. Abai.
Minio Tower. This is a very beautiful song, eh?
Yes.
Me, mom, I was amazed. When I saw Akusi, I was like, man, holy child girl, no, to and the first time I saw her on TV, I was
yeah.
which girl was doing holy child girl? I said, yeah, where are you from? And then
you heard this.
I heard this. I said, hey, you feel the man. This one was Mino Tower, right?
Yes.
You there too, yo.
My day you owe more to it.
To a prayer.
Yeah, but if I were to check for instance,
Yeah.
it was a duet.
Okay.
So the double voice you had, but even the difference is difficult to tell. But from head to toe, me you just fusui.
Okay.
So that's it.
People are not. I didn't punch point.
No. Obey.
Now The man was often a lakpa.
Yeah, lakpan.
Lakpa.
You know. Yeah.
Moko. Oh, no. Nancy was often baby a black musade. A whole baby.
Yeah.
And I saw some guy. I said, oh, the one they've been recording it's Bola.
Charlie.
The roots music part I heard, it was on funeral.
But no, live.
Live.
Wow.
Massa.
I'm recording one.
No, I just happened to be there.
Exactly.
I said, jeez.
Wow.
Oh, more what recording what that. You know, I think when you are recording, you add a lot of maybe a mankini on fancham. When you are recording,
no, I know.
But this one was raw.
No. I know what you mean. In che recorded often zaman.
But this one,
the history behind this song, my goodness.
Now one quite okay. Are you Gans or Fantis? Very dangerous question.
Fantis born in Accra. I was born in Accra.
Okay.
Yes, so I can say I'm part Ga.
Yes. And part uncle.
Part uncle for the baby P because
I'm rambless when I am.
Because I was born and bred in Accra.
Okay.
Yes. I didn't go to Dansuman. I just went to school in Cape Coast. But the only thing is that if you're encouraged to speak the mother tongue so you don't forget it. But you are not also dissuaded from speaking the Ga. Yeah. Because that's more the medium of communication.
Everywhere.
See, we learned it, and then in school, primary school, public school, you have to learn the Ga because you're in Ga land. And Ga, trust me, is one of the most beautiful languages. Melody-wise, and Kranmosi is a tonyuma, usifan or too much. Yes. Kakwa mejo no. Nafako akan. Manjama sodo.
You see,
okay.
I heard the version of the dance.
Yeah.
The Fanti version.
Yeah.
The Ananta one.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Yes, exactly.
I was excited.
We are about pitching more.
What the pitching one? I'm saying, Sana. It's a dangerous song. But I spoke to Pat Thomas. This thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, Uncle, now, why then Tonyuma or something also? If you fancy, do Tonyuma a dog dread. And I'm saying, Uncle also would. You know, I was saying, as Antico to go, I bet you not to fan too. Now, my
the choice of the languages and the way I use them, because if you're here in Malians, one
you soon
singing that's right.
And even Salif and all this.
Exactly. Not check guy Richard Bona,
Cameroon.
Yes.
I'm not sure. About no Abesha. What about dread?
So until language in the so language no use name there's some of them.
I've been in this.
I'm not so. No wife here we are. Language is nibia. But
I mean, it makes the song.
Young Kade Chin is a tone you more. No, maybe 1 hour tone or lot of a but language
variety go using. It's my day and on your mount towards it to
but in the my door. Uncle.
So for any Jenny in your boy and I do the two.
No, language is not strong, but you would then can when or you.
I do. But in can wait to ban away door now one no do.
Oh, one the ones honorable.
Yeah.
One honorable.
But I'm wondering why in the beginning they were singing about love and food.
Food in the day. I have a view about it. Even the food is culture. So it's saying one can the jotting color. Jotting color. That's right. Or you one staple food.
Yeah.
No word describe. The document did some show. Jotting color.
Okay.
In one. Ne a documents needs otin.
Oh, okay.
Utimi. Ne utimi is a bum fancy more that it's him.
Okay.
Why that? It's so. That's right. And he jotting color kepaposhito. into combination in what's it dokun and one
Qua.
into fun kids fry bia
I know one really.
and yen ya boy yan kan dokun ne ya che musi woodson into no one you know yes now what church one different is money if you must I don't lay ni one snack more win
And I work away and count.
Wonderful. About Marcos. And so those are some of the things, but sometimes we don't go deeper. On the surface, oh, it was no.
Two party follow.
So it's a uncle, what friend Kim Bruce.
It meant
Mango me a slot.
They freak me.
Meanwhile, we have a romantic song. But the band.
Variety is the spice of life. But the way of the shaman, coffee. We are the ones who could know I bring you.
We also had a body now. One crowd, and kind of a body now. One
euphemism.
I will say literature.
Oh, you here. So, a Legon. From where did you have Bethfield? After Legon, what next for you?
So after Legon, let me just give you one, should I say, landmark performance. 1990, Pan-African Festival.
Panafest.
Exactly. No, Pafam.
Pafam before
Pafam
Panafest.
90.
Yeah.
Pan-African Festival of Arts and Musicals.
Okay, Pafam.
Good. Ne you was school. Ne, what register?
Okay.
A bands nanzama ko register. Yan ko register. Ne a Rocky Yara. Ayaze young Connie and force name Bobby. Register.
Ambush.
We'll close the registration. So we went to the trade fair site. Now, meanwhile, on campus, and a mascot. Wow, we a champion for sure.
For sure.
Now
I see.
No poster, I draw local crisis. Ya appear or trade fair na day. Hey, on the campus, when Nancy. One hour won't post anything with DH.
Okay.
Your crochet for near Krayakasima and Crawfish no way. Or man bo. See, no, it's okay. One man, just a chance. We know upon our grown none of your pie on Cobo, and it's an empty crowd. Oh, uncle, as the instruments, in the instrument, Papa. Next stage now, the heighten, with trade fair site. Monka. Mahaha menu and car. Me I should have been 9 feet, very tall feet. No, you're huge.
Oh,
ne Jermaine Jackson was there, a headline act. And see why here. Ne Kente, Kente boy. The late friend and Oko Botedoku, and yes, that's right. You know, once so KNUST band be a gospel for be when now Bonnet John Yenu my and Cabinet Yenya Bimbo. Tia can conference okay, near your compromise. So what bad we yeah, boy and boy, a can and coffee.
What's that or
pack on the more don't know. Don't know you who's stage. You who's stage ne yan drumming. Manual drums people. Ochani be ne electric
bomb way too.
One could no way. On who's snare? Why them pretty be?
Pretty was so.
So besides, I know they see the snare. They watch it. They can go. I mean, you Ralph, Uncle Ralph, kiss leave for.
Yeah.
Say, you want to blow my speakers? You want to blow my? So why you wasaki? You know. On you who I beg you, bear 20 meters between. May I beg? You in the local crisis, nay, 1 year, your banter be a great.
Okay.
Before I born you, ye know Jacka crap. The local crisis in the attend. The crisis is local. No one knowing the feeling is international.
Oh, yeah.
The repercussions global. The rhythm ital. The precision clinical. The method mathematical.
Exactly.
Until one, yes. Gizolu go with them. Yeah, you wonder. Let go, guys. Be respond. See, Rocky, okay, yeah. Crawford, you there? Zigimali were town. The crowd that. I was saying, go. Now you started. Mercy. The whole place was filled again. Wow. University of Ghana band. Yeah, but my Charlie Abedjisen. So that was a landmark performance, an epic performance by Local Crisis in 1990. Perform. We had an extra gig the next day. Yeah, registered by Charlie.
Automatic
registration. Yes, automatic registration.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We're talking to Yofi, bro. He's telling us a lot of things. Some of the songs he's done, and Earth Crisis, some of the things they did at Lagos.
Local Crisis.
Local Crisis. So from there.
Yes, from Legon.
Yeah.
In fact, my plan was to be a creative entrepreneur. Maybe not a creative, but just an entrepreneur, do my own stuff.
Yeah.
Into my application, I'm sure application there. Let's say fitness.
On the internal application.
Your internal application,
I applied to our own.
So what I was doing was more running around for the Nacorex.
Yeah.
So I was doing more their contacts, liaison work. Ma kriya wa kobusha ma MC. That's it. I was doing that. But why him? Mami fui. No, ye quite huge man is
university.
Exactly. So my was okay. My mum quite mutu many but my big man be, I don't know if you know him, the late Dan Kema. Ngadeku. Very good guy. In fact, Dan Kema, may his soul rest in peace. Oh no, me using as referee.
And Pocho on black and white too.
And then Dan catch him. No, look, he thinks what I'm doing because I had started working, for some agencies, particularly where I work now.
Yeah.
Lentas, which is now Malolo.
Yeah.
And see, what my major then I'll do it on contract terms. Do not jar. And I'm about your band.
Agency for this. Well, I come saying they won't check contact.
Uncle,
My mumba.
yeah, well.
My mother won't check contact.
And see, that not no. Fee, Azari, Yemupia. Why employee Nyanje? Yet now. Because you have time to yourself, you're able to control everything. So just keep doing what you're doing. Man, because we are in the agency, we want to even get out and then do our own thing. So it's not them no. But so I dedicated myself, and then boom, Bombay.
Yeah.
Because so Charlie, let me just make time for myself and then commune with God a little and see. Then it opens up. So like you can attest, the 2000s and most of the commercials would come from my stable. So that's where I got into.
So how do you get those terms now?
Terms now
for the commercials. Which one is your most memorable? Guinness we do or do. Guinness we do or do.
Okay. It was the point me the Edwin say we have something called insights gathering, and you know it. Or they say Morocco. Times our home or them your brother kakrabo kofi kinato lingo no using. That's right. So you have to speak the language of the audience. And see for nafa naza accounts on for us no one so as a creative person so why you one subjugation
some of the most memorable
okay I've been cheap before pressure my body biome
yeah Guinness advert we know shey basa
yeah Guinness advert biome
the corn is something
come on okay
oh yeah nyama pii
make the Guinness ada
ejata Guinness
random ejata exactly
I can't know what
after Guinness
ejata Guinness in fact the way you manage to feel anyina ejata Guinness the bobo
wow yes yeah because now the after Guinness and me and attack
Guinness.
And see, normally how I started was this. Well, English script now. No, I'm there, man translate. But then I was not translating, I was interpreting the spirit more than the letter. And then creatively do it to fit the colloquialism of wherever the target audience is. They are into some fancy, them never. But the first commercial I did, at the instance of Dan Kema and Ivan Kwashiga, was a dialogue with Kwame Sefaka. That was my first radio commercial I recorded. And it was Guinness sponsoring Fito Afashe. Sabakaya.
Makai.
Into Kwame Tambrofuna. It became so interesting that, oh, this is a unique area. Into that, my phone on there, yes, in the name, if you go. So then the thing expands from Malin as my sole supplier, goes to Icon Advertising, goes to STB McCann, goes to MMRS, you know. So then the agency started recognizing me, and I was working with them. And at the time, a friend of mine was saying the 8 out of 10 arts you hear on air
is your voice.
That's right. If you want to you,
and I say one
fine. What's oh, yeah, I must what's that? No magic.
But you dominated. I think it's time. It's time. Your time.
Your time.
Exactly. Because
time.
Echo you.
Yeah.
Echo did that the pa.
No,
that was part quite treatment. About
exactly.
Pioneer is at the woman.
Yeah.
And then electricity, right?
Yeah. Only could you? Oh, wait,
could you that son?
No. Could you, sir? Exactly.
And you might hear me,
I hinted that.
Apostle. Baby, I may rule pa many be
no. That was a massive classic.
Labadi.
Everywhere
I go, on the quiz, everywhere I go, sweet tea, palm wine, be there. My research, I mean, be.
No. All day, everyone. This no way.
Eja Kwenu. Swansea will know where he is. Eja Swansea, he's listening to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm saying, maybe some
I see. Interesting.
Oh no, yeah.
Yes, I know ECG.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the Electricity Corporation wants to say so much. I want to boom the money and check.
You exactly. And I think that.
I mean, those days you did something unique. Not metia. There was Dom Modern Chance singing now, you know?
Yeah, a lot.
That time.
In fact, I have the Zamani P mini desk. So
and I say,
but my first jingle actually, Uncle Dania, Ngadeku came up. No, we introduced him. In fact, it was Local Crisis. After Rocky had left, we had a gig, Guinness Music for Your Dancing Feet.
Poncho.
Exactly.
I'll tell you a story. When you're there. You know, I was staying at the Saddle Estate.
Yeah.
And there was a man, Mr. Goody, this story. Okay, I'll share. Whatever. Come find Mr. Goody.
Yeah.
But he was the head porter or UCC, one of the hosts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okoto, you know those shoes now when you step on the floor and a light has on. You know Okotobi. So it was a Sunday afternoon and it was a Friday. I told the wife Friday, Saturday, there's no you. So not when he didn't go to work, he went with the side chick to Cape Coast Castle for music for Your Dancing Feet. So Sunday afternoon, you know they showed it on Sunday afternoon. Is it 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? So it was up there. The man was eating his. They offended. TZ.
Yeah.
It was from the top there. Kitchen. I tell you some stuff. We initiate or you died. They started. Pong, papa, pong, pananana. Then I think they started from his foot.
Yes.
To one of until like it was black and white at that time. light in the band. No shoe, no TV, it was black and white. You know, we had gun color in 85.
85, yeah.
Obanoko. So it was from the down and I was, hey, Mammy Besho, Obisha Daddy in Pabuani, Obisha, then they
more farmer no.
Mammy fee, I don't know me.
Yes.
And then she came out from the kitchen, the back,
Yeah.
there. No, but to Obisha, then the man in face come tell it. 2 days, then the man no come out. And 10 hours, I cannot do name. Music for your dancing feet.
The was who baby them traffic light issue ya katem.
At that time, it was new. You know, it's from.
Matasi. It's Guinness music for a dancing feet. Yeah, we're Kwafu Hall.
Wow.
Yes, local crisis. Yeah, body. Yeah, bo show ni in about 2 weeks now. Crofun to Munkro feel. Because yeah, by a man for you, was shut now. Was it sent drum say chine? A balloon for share vest no way. Yeah, body you and to feel because they address by heart. There's a BJ TV though. But so from there,
Yeah.
Dan Kemmer reached out asking if I could do a jingle for Frightle.
Yeah.
And at the time, respect, Dread, Fred Van Dyke was doing jingles for Lintas.
Yeah.
But I think now with Siana Namunechi Kakranti opportunity in the band. Then I said, okay, then let me try it. Let me be that, but I'm see what able to me I am. But the fortunate thing was it was a Nigerian production. And at the time, exactly. At the time in there, you merged them into language difference was very pronounced.
Yeah.
So we had to Ghanaianize the Nigerian production.
Yeah.
So I worked with Stegap, George Kugwaban, Noni John D. George Soritea.
George, all guitar number.
To Stegap Community 4. And then Eli Vavano too.
Again.
Newman numbers a bear Charlie. Yeah. So that was my first ever jingle I composed 94.
Is that?
Yes. The second would be GTP. Our soul. Yeah. Yo.
Yeah.
Samachre Majuneza. Yakamabu. Our was in a beno.
Do you have a catalog of Advertising Association? Will catalog be of the
in
most
fact,
beautiful
I
advertising?
think it's something that they are planning to do this new regime.
I think we do.
Yeah. Now, Dami Newman, no story. GTP Newman, our son. What happened there? They wanted a traditional engagement song.
Okay.
Was it the Majuman? The Munkusi Juman was a shell. Wijafu. Mokomi Kumba, a crab name him from Mana. Maybe son. Ma, my traditional, no way to a chapel. No.
And play Bibinyum diet.
Son and you behind you, madam. Mokwe to a bodjas home of Mackay, which of Mansan Cafe. Some by Namasa, coffee. What? As the other year, you to use a patampa rhythm, go meet you. Nah, that's why I start the more composing. Imagine Yakamabo. Our was in a beno, one some quair, and some bro, and Tassini as the age my wow, our way, your mama, what a sock. That's it. And see, Miss Suaz in the way. Namaka presenting my client. But some panel, some would say, as he was say, so is this a traditional? Masino, yeah, traditional as in Sapatampa woman. So, yeah, Massa.
Yeah, this is a tablet.
It's original. Maso. In your moko put to be jam. For they went ahead and won an international award for because that whole production. Ivan Kwashiga directed them TV ad, and Dan Kemmer was a producer, And I was the jingle composer
Wow.
at the time. So that's how I got into jingles as a man. I still do.
So what are you doing now?
Sisi ami ejmo malelo Accra. And see Lentas.
Lentas here now as
So as the creative director of Lentas, I've been there for the past how many years? I've been the creative director for almost 10 years or so.
Now I want farm coffee I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you outsource jobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you outsource jobs a lot. Writers and art directors.
Your nice voices with you.
Anyway, I will. Yeah, you better won't come. No. Seriously, okay. You better won't come because I do loads of radio productions.
Yeah.
On the side, you know, and see, I do and see. That's where we are now. Yeah.
What's the future of Ghana music?
We have prophecy school in Mankubio. The future of Ghana music.
Entrepreneur school, they've gone some.
Yeah, but future of Ghana music, and I think if we're able to be a bit more consistent, with regards to yan rhythms, why you create. Because CCI has become hydra-headed. If you are no way so.
Is that our fault? Is that our fault?
Me feel that you concerted effort beyond.
You know, I asked somebody, I started defending myself too.
Yeah.
I asked them that it seems we have a wide variety of things to choose from. Because we had a style.
Yeah.
Wait, now let me choose carefully. Serimufu had their style.
Oh, yeah.
And those in the middle belt too have their style. Even among the coast.
Yeah.
The big bands are there. Now, big bands are getting lost. I have some, apart from some, our older generations are going.
Yeah.
I don't see your brother, even your brother's age.
Yeah.
Who are singing now. Pat and A.B. Grenzel and Onjara, they are gone. The Ramblers and stuff, they are gone. So I'm thinking, look at Rocky is taking some reggae.
Yeah.
Samini is taking some reggae. The North people are creating the different. Wayala is doing something else. And then now they say Afrobeat. Yes, we've been part of it. Anope, not my research. Then I realized Kelly Rowland borrowed Uncle Bo's song, Dofu Nature, or Sampunu, Dito. Wow. Dito. I think maybe. And someone made it too. But I might try and see if you can do that. So I think that if
wow.
we are able, I'll just do this for us to do something and then okay, let me do this. I don't want to do this, but for spiritual reasons, song. This is Dofu Nyeche. This one, and advance to way.
And defense too. And defense, yes.
Advance to two.
Yes.
My pedal to now jump into the next one. Using someone. This is still unclable. Yes, pedal Bobby be to now. Actually, horns and I didn't go from there. This is our roots music. So this is I think okay. So this is unclable. Now let's listen to Kalila Sumazen. Yemboy, for spiritual reasons, Yemboy so.
racing. Finding us is too uncommon. Bury love like Tutankhamun. When it all falls down, they gon' write they books about us.
Don't forget, you
it's possible. It's
when I was doing some research on my chain, I stumbled upon it.
No, but it's interesting. The don't want to work for years is now I exploit.
Yeah.
Because in here for one. Anyway, cool.
So vintage music like this, you know, Uncle is on tour together with Pat Thomas as we speak.
Yes.
In the Double Mexico. How many Ghanaians now? We don't have bands.
Yeah.
It's just some. This is 74 or so.
74. Yeah.
It was sample in 2022 or so.
Wow.
In here production, that will be best sample now. It get lost. That's why I'm asking about the future of Ghana music.
Yes, in Che, comparison binanzama ohia.
Okay.
And the staying true to yourself helps. Consistency. Because a check in your anomaly for you. Charlie, at a point in we'll create a genre will follow consistently. Everybody jumps onto that bandwagon. So it means they've created a brand or you're associated with their country. And then everybody jumps onto it and then exploits it and explores what benefit. In years, and like I said earlier, you tutu ni ye sisi. Until you consistency. And look, let me give credit to Shatawale on this. I think he's gone to town with that a lot. Then check. That consistency must be observed. Ubi for rhythm kura. And your mom was in the so home expand no quaka. And suddenly you create new.
See what we did with Azonto.
You said. And see, and them now, you don't have a brand, you don't have an identity, you lose it. And every brand that doesn't have an identity, you are just lost out of the equation. Yes, you're lost in the equation totally. And see, common Nancy Brofo so you have to be intentional about it. You have to be deliberate about making sure that Charlie, them lining as yes, you groomer. Because you're dosu biariama or PBA. And Ghana has lost its identity. That's why Kelly Rowland would go back.
New ones in the winner.
They will go back to Uncle Bonum there. And Zamano Mustafa Tete had no one Zama where ye and Nazi. But and then Mazy.
Oh, he's on fire, he's slamming, he's killing the entire city. Who is he?
One of my best productions. Your instrumental. You me shut down the tour. You me shut down last minute, last coach. You me shut down the tour. Something like this. I wish that you maintain it.
Yes. Because you know me, you can trace it to the Ramblers. You can trace it to Kim Bruce. And this authentic Ghanaian high life. Yan high life and only yan popular music. Yan popular music no so. And John ne exploit yisu harmony done kakra. Ni yisu ya done kakra. But ya spread too wide. So to ya spread ya
Mavamantisi I want to feel Nepal.
When what also?
How are you know?
What also? Muntu mumbo ni procropianism. What also? Me feel Stone Boy.
Yeah.
Me feel King Promise. Me feel Kiddy. Me feel Shatta. Me feel our friend and Kenata. Kinata pose on the onzo in front or the top. Ne, black hole.
Hey, on the wardrobe.
No, Anyana.
Different.
Baby, I'm going to adrenaline baby on Naman or you.
Konongo Kenkwan.
Oh, no, you.
He's a different guy.
KKK. No, he's
clan and Akawan.
Yeah.
It's different.
Serious. And see,
remember, show your final words for up and coming young boys now.
Oh, up and coming. Now we do how to that. It's all about believing in yourself, because a self-doubter or make you a lot. But that besides, or the in your time so more and meditate ne itumhu aza epede yamo. How
do you see this is the dangerous question. How do you see your innermost talent and follow it? Once you follow the passion, some umbilicals in beach, also a showbiz.
Yeah.
And you show no content without the business I combat. A business without the show now conferring.
Yeah.
How do you marry the two?
It's about taking the middle path and not on umbilical. It's about blend. But then the inner self, you would find it. You'd find it, especially when you get closer to nature. And then make time for yourself. When you go quiet time, and it is a great production behind especially jingle. We are Mando. Motoba na mami time mamu na muko spirits no more. Because I don't want this to sound like the last one I did. And so every time it has helped me. I'm dedicated to it because I know I've entered my inner self. And
another very dangerous voiceover artist just entered the studio. I think I'll just run that for spiritual reasons. My name is Papa Kofi Nyako. I'm out of here. Thanks to Yofi Brew for an insightful interview. But you might enjoy. Next week we'll make it again.